Good afternoon. Sorry, I know that everyone is expecting to go to the party, but sorry about what I'm going to tell also, because I know that we had great presenters, but these guys will be the best presentation of the Tech Ed. Sorry, I respect the other presenters, but I have two goals today. One will be easy, really, really easy, is tell you guys how to deploy, install, and upgrade System Center Virtual Machine Manager 2012, which I think we should, after this, you guys will rename it to, instead of Virtual Machine Manager, to Data Center Manager, because what we have today, the version 2008, I would say it's 30% of the new product, so it's a huge new feature. And the most difficult part of my job here is to teach you some, as you see my name, I'm from Brazil, so it's to teach you some Portuguese words. So for those ones that remember some words that I will talk in Portuguese, I will give I have some Hyper-V books, so this will be the way that I'm going to give away some books. I work for Dell. I live in Australia. I work for Dell as a technical consultant. I'm also a Microsoft MVP in virtual machine. I have another MVP in virtual machine here, Leandro. I invited him to stay and, let's say, have a lot of questions, and I hope so. If I can't answer, 100% sure that he will help me. Also, this is my Twitter, so if I can't answer now, and you have more questions later on, whatever, so please feel free to follow, contact, okay? So, what we are going to see today is the topology, deployment planning, how we get ready for the new version, how can we get the setup and how the setup improvements we have, and also upgrading from 2008 versions, and I'm going to do a demo. So this is the new System Center 2012 topology. As you can see, I make lots of circles. There is a huge difference. So I don't know how to use this. Let's see. Good. So this one we already have on 2008. It's the web console. We still have the self-service from the 2008 version, VMM console from 2008 version, library server from 2008 server. But can you see there are two servers here? Okay. Now the new version, it's high availability, it's clustered. Which means the new VMM service is, you can cluster it on a failover cluster. I'll give you one example for this great feature. If you have integration with Citrix, Citrix needs to connect to the VMM manager. But if you lose the VMM manager, you lose all your desktops that is hosting on Citrix. With this new feature, you don't lose anymore, because we have now the services. The services is clustered. Then we have SQL, also that is presented on the 2008 version. But can you see that I have WSAS and WGS here? So why we need this? Okay, this is optional. You actually don't need to install this unless you need patching and bare metal deployment or servers and app deployment. For this one here, I can now patch all my hosts without taking them off or without doing anything. I don't need anymore the offline patching. Also, can you see, we still need the vCenter to manage VMware, but can you see that we now manage Citrix servers without anything? is just native, like Hyper-V server. So now, System Center 2012 can manage the Citrix Zen servers without need of the Zen management. We still need the VMware vCenter to manage VMware. Okay, now what can I say about the supported OS? So no support for 2003 anymore. We only can install on Windows 2008 SP2. As you can see, the SP2 will be supported only on the RTM. The current version that we have, which is public, is the beta one. With that, you cannot install on the 2008 SP2, only on 2008 R2 version. I put here VMM server, but this is actually for all of those components here. Okay? All those components only Windows 2008 SP2 and earlier. So for high availability, we need 2008 R2. It's not possible to have high availability on 2008 SP2 because of the failover clustering. Database server, again, 2008 SP2 and 2008 R2. I put something here for you guys to, in red. This is, yeah, I know. This is something, sorry, particularly I really don't like, but there is explanation for this. SQL Express is not supported anymore, so which means Microsoft is expecting you, when you install SCVMM, is expecting you to have a SQL deployed already. So you need to have a standard or enterprise version of SQL. SQL Express is not supported anymore. I know that some small companies, they have SCVMM in place, and they just have a SQL Express. Sorry, SQL Express is not supported anymore. Also, no SQL 2005. And I will, later on, I will tell how can we upgrade from someone that has the SQL Express or 2005, how can we do in-place upgrade? Or I'm running, my environment is already set up. How can I upgrade from a version that's not supported anymore to 2008 or whatever? VMM console, again, as I said, so Windows Server, same as the VMM management, and also I can install on the Windows 7. Self-service portal, I need IIS and browser. Just a comment about self-service portal. There is a bit of discussion on the internet about self-service portal. Microsoft still have the self-service portal. It's the same version that we have on 2008 R2. It's the same on the 2012. But there is another product. I couldn't see any presentation about this product here in TechEd Australia, but I hope you guys have a look on the internet. It's called Concero. It's a new replacement for the self-service portal. It's not only self-service portal. It do other features like you'll be able to migrate machine, a virtual machine that you have in your data center to Azure, example. You can move using Concero. You'll be able to do this. It's really amazing feature. So if you had a chance, just look for Bing for Concero. And then we have the library service. No 2003 support anymore. And here, my suggestion for those who thinking do HA deployment. Everyone that think about this is, I keep telling everyone, when you go to deploy, virtualization is not about just next finish, or just installing Hyper-V and then installing System Center. I think the biggest mistake is you need to spend a lot of time planning. You need to think about the topology. Most cases that I saw, they have high availability for System Center, high availability for the database, but they forgot about the high availability for the library. So think about your topology, spend as much as possible time on the actual design of the solution. I will tell you, it's more important than actually implementing. Implementing is the easy. You'll be here. You'll see. It's 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We'll be deploying a system center. So the problem is not about actually doing the installation, the next finish. The problem is about designing the solution. This is the hard time. It's not just installing. So what we require now for actually installing, and I hope you guys pay attention on this. We actually, the only thing that Microsoft needs you to install on the machine that we are going to install the VMM is the wake. And needs to be the version 2.0. The version 1.0 is not supported anymore. We need to install the version 2.0. There is no way that we can do this, let's say, ask the process to install this. Now, if you go to the Microsoft website on the documentation and how to install this, they tell you to download because it's an ISO file. It's not an exe, it's an ISO. So you need to download. You need to build a DVD, or you need to install some kind of software to open the ISO file. So my recommendation is if you are going to install as the VMM as a virtual machine, just mount it, insert a DVD, and better than burning or installing any other software on the OS. I don't like to install third-party softwares on the box. So I could be wrong, sorry, but I prefer to have the OS standard. So version 1.0 is not supported anymore. .NET 3.5, Windows 2008 R2 have this one already. If you didn't select this feature to install, don't worry. The System Center will actually install for you. So the only thing is not possible to install is the wake. PowerShell, WinRM, and SQL Server management tools. So you need to install this also. Pre-install softwares. Okay. If we are going to do bare metal, and what is this bare metal? This is another great feature. Let's say I have physical server, and I want to install Hyper-V. What we do today? We ask someone, or we go by ourselves. We go there, and we install Hyper-V. Then we go to the System Center, and we click Add Host. Or if it's part of the domain, if not, then we manually install the agent on that physical box, then we attach. Is that right? Someone here is using the 2008 version. Who is using the 2008 version here? Yeah, so this is the process to install the host, right? Okay. This was the process. Now, with the 2012 version, I just click one button, and I will have my server, which I bought from Dell. Remember, I work for Dell. I need to do my commercial. Sorry. So I just bought the server, nothing installed on that server, only PXE. I just asked my SCVMM to install Hyper-V for me, and then put that machine on my, add that machine as a host of my System Center. I don't even need to go to that machine. I don't need to touch on that machine. Someone came, the engineer came there, put the machine on the rack, connect the cables, seal, and you, from your console, you just press a button and you install. It's really cool. I think there was a session yesterday or Tuesday talking exactly about this function, bare metal provisioning. It's really amazing. It just do everything. And just for you to understand how cool is this feature actually, if you have to set up a cluster, it does for you. It means if you don't understand anything about cluster, it will do for you, without you actually knowing that what cluster is. You don't need to know. So you don't need anyone more. It's bad. Oops. So, host patching. This is another really cool feature. So if you want to patch all your Hyper-V hosts or all, actually the VMs also, Microsoft now it's using WSAS. So you need to deploy a WSAS server in order to have host patching. WSAS 3.0. Another comment about this. Who is using System Center Monitor, SCOM, integrated with SCVMM? So why we need SCOM today? I'm going to give a book here. Why we need SCOM today for SCVMM? You can't answer. You're not alone. Why we need? Come on, guys. For? Sorry?
To dynamic allocate resources like memory, CPU,
Also, but there is a really important feature that without that feature, SCVM will not, I'll not say work correctly, but will not have that feature. That feature is important for SCVMM. No, Pro is the name. Pro is the feature. Without SCOM, I'm talking about 2008 version. Without SCOM, that feature is really important for SCOM integrated with SCVM. Why? A feature called GRS. Do you know what this means? Okay, I have a cluster, and I have my system center managing 2 servers. This server died. Oops. I need to move all VMs that is running here to this server, right? Without SCOM, not possible. Without SCOM, this is not possible on a version 2008. Okay, 2012, forgot about this. We don't need SCOM for GRS anymore, okay? Specifically for this feature, for GRS, we don't need SCOM anymore. We only need SCOM. Why? Okay, SCOM will provide not only monitoring, but will provide report, and it's very impressive what can we get with SCOM. But you don't need SCOM anymore for GRS, as we have this scenario in 2008. In 2008 version, no GRS without SCOM. Okay? If this machine dies, if this physical server dies with 10 VMs, 100 VMs, if you do not have SCOM to tell, oops, this machine died, move everything here, no way. So we need operations managed 2007 R2 plus 2012 that is just launching together. Okay, Citrix. If you need to integrate with Citrix, you need the SCVM Zen Server integration suite installed on the Zen Server. The opposite, right? Storage automation, that's cool. If we're planning to buy storage, I would pay attention to this thing here. It's called SMIS. This is really important. And this is the other new cool feature of System Center 2012. Now I can manage my storage. I can create a LAN without knowing anything about storage. I just know that someone went there and connect the cable. That's it. I'm going to set up, create my LANs. I'm going to create my VM and say, I need a LAN. System Center will talk with this guy here, SMIS provider. This guy will talk with the storage, and you provide the LANs for me. It is really amazing. I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow, 1:30. It's my other session talking about exactly about this network and storage connectivity with System Center 2012. So please come tomorrow. So I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. So just keep this in mind. If you are buying a new storage, have a look if this, the vendor, if they are complying with SMIS. It's really, really important. So load balancing. Oh, another good thing. I don't know nothing about load balancing. So what to do? So then, same thing. System Center will set up the load balance for you. And you know how cool is this feature? Let's suppose my company, I have developers, and they create a web service. And this web service, it needs web service, then they need SQL, or maybe they have a web service talking to, a web server talking with a web service, and this web service is talking with the SQL. So it's a 3-layer, right? And I need to have this web server exposed to the internet, but I need a kind of load balance. If one server dies, I need the other one. Cool. You just need to buy the hardware, set up the hardware, and actually install the provider. So this is another thing. If we are going to buy a load balance, also pay attention if they offer compatibility with System Center 2012. Here we have F5, Citrix, Netscaler, and Brocade. There are others that's going to announce its integration, which means you can actually, same thing, I'm not saying that's one button, okay, but I'm going to show how to connect the, integrate with the load balance, but you can ask the System Center to set up the load balance for you, create the IPs. You can set up the network, IP address, DNS, gateway, wings. You can tell, this is the machine that I want, and I want this machine to be configured like that, and I want this machine to be connected to the load balancing on this VLAN, and you do everything. And I want my SQL server to be connected to that VLAN. This is what we are going to do. So this is, it's a new product. There is nothing to do with the 2008 version. So this is why I keep telling you, we need to change the name. It's an amazing product. So we need the provider. So keep this in mind. We now need the SMI as provider for the storage and the custom provider for the load balance. Just keep in mind that this, if you want to SCVM to manage your storage and your load balance. If you don't want, you don't need, okay? If you just want to, Microsoft is still supporting the VDS, which is part of the 2008, but this is just for backward compatibility. It's not going to be supported on the versions that after. Also, we have power management. This is another cool feature. System Center can actually shut down the physical server if the physical server is not being used, and then power on if needed. So if I have, let's say, one machine running one VM, and I have other machine running one VM, System Center will move this VM to here, if they, of course, if they have resources, and we'll shut down this machine. It doesn't need, so it's really cool. See? Really good features. So no actual need, we are going to use EPMI. Or your custom provider if your hardware vendor have it. Also, I'm going to pass this one here. If we are going to head distribute applications, which is possible also with System Center Virtual Machine 2012, so now I can have an application and I can publish that application using SCVMM. So I will need SQL framework, AppV, IIS, and storage management service. Again, setup improvements, what we have. Now, actually the service, okay? Because I know that someone can say, okay, I have my 2008 on a cluster. You have your virtual machine on a cluster. Now you have your service on the cluster. It's different. So it can file over manually or automatic, and just one will be active. The other one will be inactive. Also, there is another thing that you guys are going to hear. It's what we call now GKM. Microsoft is using this container on AD to save or to, how can I say, record the encryption keys for the database. Someone understand what this means? Okay, I'll try to be simple. Today, every time you install System Center and you create a template, what you do, you store the administrator password on that template, and you store the serial keys, right? So if someone install the database and have the password, it will be bad, because you have access to the administrator password and have access to the keys. So what Microsoft changed with this, and also is important why we remove this from the actual VMM server to Active Directory if you install on a cluster. Simple. If this information is on one machine, if the cluster fail, I need to start the other VMM server. So how this VMM server will talk with the SQL if the encryption key is here on this server. So what we did, so we moved this encryption key information to the Active Directory. So now the important thing is backup your Active Directory. So this is why I say it's not only important to just deploy next finish, it's important to plan. Your Active Directory now is going to hold the keys for SCVM to access the database. And the database contains everything for SCVMM. Okay, high availability. Recommendation. Install your console in another machine, Windows 7, another Windows 2008, and just connect to the cluster. We are not going to connect to one machine anymore. We are going to connect to the cluster. And then doesn't matter which one is running, I will be always connected. Make sure to follow best practices. Of course, again, make sure your library is also sitting on the high availability. If you lose your library, you cannot deploy any template, so doesn't matter if you have a systems and the management on a high availability cluster and your library is not. The setup, so I'm going to just click on this one here. So if I have my cluster, 2 clusters installed, 2 machines without nothing, I'm going to install. The first thing the setup will say to me is, oops, you are installing the System Center on a failover cluster. You want to install as a clustered service or not? Why asking for, as I'm already installing the System Center on a cluster, why are they asking me? Okay, first, because some customers, they have cluster, but they are small, and they don't want to have a clustered VMM server or other reasons. So what Microsoft is telling is you can have a standalone VMM server on your cluster. Okay? Standalone, but will not be clustered. If you lose that machine or that server, you lose everything. So if you want the server to be failover, then you have to install on both nodes. So then you install, it will be active. Then you go to the other, of course, remember, we need the VMM database to be clustered also. Then you have the cluster resource. The encryption key goes to the Active Directory. Then I go to the other node. When I go to the other node, they say, oops, you already have the SCVMM installed on the other node. You want to add this one? Yeah. So then the other one will be passive. It's cool. We don't need to go to the cluster, failover, don't need to do anything. SCVMM will do this for you. You have to set up the service as a cluster. Okay, let me go to the demo. Okay, the demo that I'm going to do here, I am actually going to install the System Center. I'm going to do the step from 0. Okay, first thing, I did mention something that I need to install. Remember? Exactly. So if I do not install this, no way to install. So let's go. So I have here my install. You see that's pretty much straightforward. So install. The process will start. Just ask me to read or not. Okay, what I'm going to install? So I'm just going to install the VMM server. See, when I select this, it just selects the console also. It's not optional. You need to install the console. Another thing that changed on this version, on this installation process, is that now I can uninstall only the Services Portal or all at the same time. On the 2008 version, if I need to install some feature, I need to install one, the process run, finish, then I need to come back to the install process and then install the other feature. It's not possible to install all at the same, to uninstall all at the same time. So let's see. Product key. If I do not type the product key here, again, different from the 2008, this will be an evaluation version. Okay, Microsoft update, yeah, let's go. Let's see. Oops, ooh. See, I didn't follow the basics. I didn't install, I didn't read, I just did next, finish. I just forgot to install this one. Okay, so first thing, install Wake. I just did this, guys, so you understand what's going to happen. Can you see that this machine, the only thing I did with this machine is a Windows 2008 build. I run the Windows update for this machine, and I install SQL. This is the only thing I did. So I did not select to install .NET Framework. I did not select to install PowerShell, WinRM. They complain? No. The only thing they tell is you did not install the Wake. So let's cancel. Let's close this. Okay, this is the Wake. Again, I mounted this as an image. This is a virtual machine, right? So I mount this as an image. It's ISO. You need to download this one. So let's install. I would say that this one here is the difficult part of the installation. You found difficult? No. So you see that the installation of System Center is just like this. That is just nothing to do. Microsoft do this in background. My recommendation. The SCVMM service, my recommendation, create an Active Directory account for that service, a domain Active Directory account. Okay? Don't play with local service or any other. Create a domain Active Directory account for the SCVMM service. It's the better thing to do. I'm going to show here. I finished already. So. Okay, installed. Nothing to do. Let's get back to my 2012 installation. Stop. Install. Again. Easy. Doesn't matter the option here. I already updated the machine. Good. Now it's asking for SQL. Okay. Let's go to my SQL. VMM 2012 demo. Good. credentials. Now, I know that not everyone has access to SQL to create a, let's say, assuming that you are, your company has a DBA and you are not allowed, you need to ask your DBA to create a SQL account for you. So, and this account should be able to create databases. Or he needs to create that database with the name that you tell him, whatever the name. This is just a suggestion. You can create the name you want. And this account should have owner and create privileges on that, rights on that database. So let's see. This is the default port of SQL, 1423. And let's see if I remember my account. I think it's this one here. We'll see if it's not. So if it's not, it'll not show here. Come on. As the user that I created.
But it's just SQ.
Oh, thank you. See? Thank you. So it will now talk with SQL and see if I really have access. Come on. Communicating with the server. Another thing, the minimum memory for System Center 2012 is 4 giga. Don't try to play. You have bad results. Bad things will happen if you put less than 4. I try. This is why I'm telling, don't play with this 4 giga minimum. Don't play 3. I'll try 3. It's fine. Don't play 4. If you want to have the machine running fine, smoothly without any issues, don't play with less than 4. Come on. It's taking much time. So until this one connects, let me just, it's taking more time to connect to the SQL than actually doing the installation. Until it connects to the SQL, let's just. So, as you see, how can I'm going to update? Comment here. With the beta version, it's not possible to do in-place upgrade on the 2008, okay? Will be possible with the RTM, but today if you download the beta version, and I think the beta version is not possible to download anymore, but if you download the beta version, if you try to do an in-place upgrade on your existing 2008, it's not possible today. Will be on the RTM version, but not today. And just for your knowledge, the RTM version is going to be, by the end of the day, maximum. Microsoft's planning to launch on the second quarter of 2011, so which means by now and the end of the year. So here we'll connect to the Microsoft Windows Update. Again, chain installation, I talked already about this. It will be possible to remove all components in just one installation or install all components in one installation. Oh my God. It's because I tried, tested twice this demo. Again, no need CDK. If you don't type the key, it will be evaluation, which is good for you to try the product. It's very good. Remember, you need SQL Standard or Enterprise. No SQL Express anymore. Preparation. Remember, this is only valid for the RTM version, not for the beta version. Oops, sorry. So support only for VMM 2008 R2 SP1. So if you have the 2008 version, you need to upgrade, you need to apply the SP1 before you actually do an in-place upgrade to the 2012 version. Okay? It's compulsory. It's not possible to migrate or to upgrade from 2008 R2 to 2012. You need to apply this spec 1. Oh, and again, no support for direct upgrade from 2007, 2008, or 2008 R2. I put this in like this because I know that we are a community, and this is the good thing of this. Everyone will try to do upgrade from the 2007 or 2008 and 2008 R2. The only thing Microsoft is saying is, it doesn't say that will not work, doesn't say that is not supported. So if you play with that, if you found any issue, it's up to you. You try that, they said, don't try. So again, if you are doing an in-place upgrade, you need, Leandro, can you help here? You need to install the Wake 1.0 and then install the version 2.0. If you upgrade directly to high availability environment, same thing. Today, 2008 R2 or 2008 is not supported on a high availability, right? So what I need to do, I need to have a GKM group created. If I do not have administration permissions, so if I'm not a domain administrator, then I need to ask my domain admin to create that container for me. I'll tell you it's really easy. I cannot use that one. Just cancel it and start again, I think. I have to SQL, it's not a problem. So you need to have a domain account running as a VMM service. My recommendation, always use this one. Always create a domain account for your VMM service. It's really important. So make sure your database server will use VMM, it's SQL 2008 or higher version. Make sure you upgrade. I'm going to tell you how can we do this. Let's say I have a 2008 R2 version connecting to my SQL database. Okay, what can I do? Backup your database, go to your SQL server, backup your database, and restore your database on a SQL 2008. Okay? Easy. So restore your database on the SQL Server 2008. SQL, I'm not talking about VMM, nothing. Just go to the DBA, or if you have knowledge of SQL, backup and restore. It's a simple process. Easy? Then you install VMM 2012. When you do this, it will upgrade the installation. You go to your actually database that was in 2005. It will upgrade your database with the new features of 2012. You're not going to lose anything, any configuration that you have. Again, only for the RTM version, VMM 2008 R2, SP1 RTM to 2012 RTM, sorry. Pre-release versions, we have the beta, which is public, and there will be no upgrade support for this release. It's okay.
The password.
If I tell the password, everyone will know.
Did you use your personal password?
Oh, I'm crazy. See? Okay, guys, sorry. Let's back here. I can drive this if you want. Okay. I'll tell you, you can drive here. Okay, you can drive this. So this, just go next. It will create the, yeah. So now it's asking for the account configuration. This is where you are going to provide the SCVMM service account. This is what I tell you. Now is the time that if you planned before, you are going to inform here the account. Yeah, exactly. SVC, SCVMM. You're good. No, you don't need to. Yeah. SCVMM. You can click select it, it will do for you. Then I need to type the password, sorry. Just one comment here before you click next. Can you see here? If you are installing the standalone version, where the key will be, the encryption keys will sit? On the VMM server. But if you're installing the high availability, it's not optional. It's going to be created on Active Directory. But my advice and tip, always create this one on the Active Directory. Always. Let me just show here quick. I'm not going to click on this one here. It's good that you're here. Let me show. So this is my domain controller. My domain controller is not running here on this machine, okay? This is just the tool that I installed for you guys to see. Can you see here, this one here? This is actually the container. Okay, I'm able to see this container because I am domain admin. If I was not domain admin, I was not able to see this container. Also, so this one here, it contains my encryption key. This is the container. I'm going to show you the security of this one here. So can you see self? Nothing. System that has permissions. And my service. This is the only account that have all permissions. It's the account that I create to run the SCVMM 2012. That's actually the account that owns the service. The administrator, domain admins, and only. There is no everyone here. Can you see? No everyone, no other groups. Please don't add anyone here other than System Center service. This is a security risk if you do this. So then if you add another account key like everyone full control, so why you have this on Active Directory? You don't need, so just give the password for everyone. It's the same thing. Yeah. Okay, you can go ahead, sorry. Yeah, you can click next. Okay, now it's asking for the ports for the firewall one that you need to set up also based on this one here. This is the default. You can change if you want. If your company has some security policy that needs to use that or that other port, sorry, you can change. This is the default one. You can click next on this one. Here are the library. If you, as we are doing the first installation, we are going to create the library. If you already have another library or if you have another system center, you can just point to the library. Next, we are going next again. And that's it. And just click install and done. It's easy. My 8-year-old son can do this. Not, of course, not. But it's easy. What I mean is Microsoft is doing everything in background. It's really easy. Keep this in mind. This installation process is not important. It's so easy. The most important thing is you to sit and plan your topology and plan your installation. It's much more important than actually coming here and do a next finish, because it was a next finish. Apart from the account that I provide, was a next finish. It's so easy. It's really cool to install. But this is not important. Important is the actually planning. This is important. It's your design. It's how my structure, how my system center will manage my environment. Because the environment is not only system center. It's not actually WSAS, WDS, the database, the library. is it's all about where my servers are. Do we have DMZ? Do I have storage? Do I have network load balance? Do I have cluster? What I need to do? Do I need to install the self-service portal? And one of the really cool features that I like on the self-service portal is the ability to have my users to create virtual machine. And the cool features of this integrated with 2012 is that today when you create your template, you need to tell exactly what's going to be when the VM is actually created based on that template. With the new version, the user will be able to, example, I want to connect to that particular network. Let's say we'll have different kind, of course, of end users, but you can have your developer asking for a virtual machine. Instead going to you, you can give him a portal. He goes there with their permission. He'll be able to create a web server and say, okay, I'm going to create a web server. I need to connect that web server to DMZ. It will do for you. He doesn't need to know the IP. If you set up before that it's based on an IP range, the system center will get the IP from that range and will apply to the machine. Or you can, no, I have my JCP in place. I want system center to get the IP from the JCP. It will do. So I'm saying it's so modular. You can, instead of doing this, I am end user. I need a service, but I don't know how this is behind. Let's say if this service is based on a web server, app server, and a database. I just, as an end user, normal one, I just ask for that application. I want this application. It's a demo, we are working on that. We need to deploy 3 servers, blah, blah. Good. You ask System Center. As an end user, go to a web portal, ask for this service. System Center will deploy the web server, will deploy the app server, and will deploy the SQL. We'll connect both, and we'll give the user the connection without the user know anything what's going behind. Just because before I create a template saying this machine is connected to this machine, which is connected to this machine, and this machine is connected to the network load balance, or better, every time someone asks to create this machine is a storage VM capable. It means the SCVMM server will also go to the storage and say, please create a LAN because I need that LAN for this machine. So the LAN will be created, will be attached to the machine without, I'm an end user. I just went to the web portal. I just select, I need this service. So it's a huge product. So it's a lot of things to now sit down, study. It's really, really a new product. Doesn't have, sorry say, but nothing to do with 2008 version. 2008 is really 30% of what we have today. It's just really management. Now it's a data center. It's not only about hosts, it's about service. We can do, finished?
Yeah.
So, good. So, let's connect. You want to talk now? Show how these things.
So you were saying that the developer can deploy the virtual machine without our permission, without our concern, is that right?
No. I will create the sets and I will, okay, we have now, different from 2008, what we have in 2008 is administrator and self-service portal user, right? Now in 2012, and until this one is running, let me back here. No. Let me just go here. I'm talking about this. This is in place. Oh, wrong one. No, 1 I need to go further. 1 second. Is on the next presentation.
Oh, that's okay. But if you grant
it's okay. Let me just quick explain. Now we have 3 kinds of users. We have the administrator, which actually knows everything about System Center, what's happening with the environment. He knows about the actual IP. He knows everything. He can change anything. Then we have the delegated administrator, which I will tell him what he can do. So you can administrate this, this, and this. And then we have the user, end user, that will have, okay, permission to ask for a service that I allowed him to ask for that particular services. It's exactly what we have today in 2008 for this end user. Talking about permissions, because today I create templates and I say, okay, this end user can select these templates. So I will have same thing. I create my services or my VMs. I'm allowing this end user to actually ask for this. This is what we will have. This answer your question?
So if I give permission, for example, to Savo, my friend over there, he's a developer and now he is a member of that group, which means that he can create a virtual machine using the service portal and he doesn't need to ask us for anything, right?
No.
That's
he doesn't
awesome.
need to come to the VMM.
I hate developers. I hate to talk with developers.
This is bad because I was a developer before. So this is bad. It's saying that you hate me. See? He can tell this. I was a developer before for 15 years. My friends told me that I moved to the dark side when I moved to the infrastructure 10 years ago. I'm getting old. Okay, let's just play. Tomorrow I'm going to show how I'm going to connect System Center with storage and with load balance. It's pretty easy, like we did the install. It's just it's just getting easy. The installation, again, is not a big deal. I'm also going to just to show you what we have here. So here is my service. I just installed, so there is no physical server. I didn't attach any server. So I do not have SCOM, right? I just installed SCVMM. But I have here host performance, daily, monthly power management without SCOM. So the basic things I will have without SCOM. But please don't left here say, oops, Alessandro told that I don't need SCOM anymore. I never say that. It's the opposite. You will need SCOM, but not for the same reason you had on 2008, which was DRS. I say, oh, okay, let's buy SCOM just because I need DRS. No, no, no. You're going to use SCOM because you need monitoring, because you need reporting, but not because DRS anymore. Quick one. Fabric. This is where we are going to actually create our networks. Can you see that we have here logical networks? This is where I'm going to create the names that I want that the end user knows. Let's say front end, as everyone is talking about, or back end. Front end will be my public IP, of course, behind the file, so it will be a private IP, but public for the developer or for the end user. And back end, which will be my SQL example, IP that I'm going to give to the SQL or any other app server or any other server that I want. Or I can create DMZ. So these names that I'm creating, please don't create crazy names. He's talking about developer. When I start 25 years ago, I had a friend, and he was, creating apps. Instead of, okay, I'm creating an application to a basic entry form, like asking for username and address and things like that. I don't know if you guys understand about development, but when you actually do this behind, we need to create things called variables. And the name should be like, if I'm asking on the entry form to someone to type the address or someone to type the name, so I'm assuming at the back end, I need the same name, right? So I can go to my database and there's a correlation between username. It'll be easy. So someone that comes after me will understand. But I have this friend that he actually created the names like strawberry, pineapple for username. Address was pineapple. I said, oh, what's crazy? How someone do something like this? What's going on with you? You don't have anything in your head. So someone that go, no, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, you know what I'm doing. But someone that's go after you, do you see lots of fruit salad here? Doesn't know anything. So please, same thing here. Don't create crazy names on the logical network. You need to create something that the end user will understand. So I cannot create something like a backbone, something like this. So there's an end user, what's going on here? It's backbone connected to the patch panel, blah, blah, blah. The end user said, this guy is what's going on, the IT, they are thinking, well, we are what? So think about, again, planning, create the logical networks, easy names for the end user. You will not see any IP address. The end user will not see any IP, any name, anything, just a name. I'm going to tell tomorrow how we are going to do this. Oh, you're back. Can you back to the presentation quick? And then just, sorry, click on MAC address pools. Just talk about this quick. This one? Fabric resources up there on top. Can you see that now all Microsoft products, they have a ribbon? So everything now is about ribbon. It's like Office 2010 like. Now Windows 2008, Windows 8. Just a clarification because someone asked me this. Windows 8, which is the new version of Windows that's coming. Someone said, oh, it's about desktop. No, 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 no. Windows 8, it's the replacement for Windows 2008 and also the replacement for Windows 7. Okay? It's server version and desktop version. It's not someone says, oh, no, Windows 8 is desktop. No, 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 no. Windows 8 is not about desktop. It's the new family. It's a new everything. Sorry?
Going back to the way we were with NT in 2000.
Yeah. And they changed.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure they will change the name by that, but for now it's Windows 8. Okay, good. So can you see that now we have VMware MAC address pool and default MAC address pool? Because VMM manage VMware servers, right? So we had to put this one here to be compatible with what VMware do. This is one of the big issues, MAC address is one of the big issues we have when we are on a virtualization environment. Anyone here knows why? Every device, guys, come on, you're sleeping. Every device, and I forgot to teach you Portuguese, at least one word I'll tell. Like good afternoon, in Portuguese is boa tarde. Difficult? Yes. You need to back to your say, at least I learned a little word in Portuguese. If I don't only understand this, at least one word in Portuguese. So, just, sorry? So this is one of the big issues of the virtualization. Why? Because every device that is connected to the network needs a MAC address. And this MAC address cannot be the same. If you have two machines with the same MAC address, none of these two machines will work. And 100% sure you have a lot of issues in your backbone. If you go to your switch will be, all lights will be like this, crazy. You say, oops, what's going on here? And you unplug everything, when you boot again, same thing happens. If you have experienced this before, go and look in your virtual machines, look to find if any VM had the same MAC address of the other one. This is so normal. You can't believe how normal is this, really. So we address this one here. I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow, because I know I'm just going to, I need to finish this. So network tomorrow, please, 1:30. I didn't get a chance to Leandro to speak. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm keeping. I don't want me to speak. Come on. Oops.
I can write this one here.
Yeah, I think it's number 1. Yeah. Okay. These are the components upgrades. So considerations for the VMM library. Again, please create your VMM, of course, if you have a big environment, if you are planning for a high availability on your system center, please put your library again on cluster. Don't put on the same cluster, okay? Different cluster, think, design, most important thing. So my tips, again, spend the most time you can on the design. It's more important than implementation. Much more important. Implementation, it's easy if you have your design ready. Right number of NICs. I have been blogging a lot about this. I'm 100% sure Leandro did the same. Lots of MVPs have been blogging about this. Every time I go to a deployment, someone, oh, I have a machine here with 2 NICs. I'm going to deploy Hyper-V. Sorry, you bought the wrong hardware. 2 NICs, Hyper-V? No way. So this is the correct numbers of if you want a high availability. Okay, remember this scenario, 100% high availability, no way for you to lose any VM here. Without this, there is no 100%. Without this, no 100%. This is the only way to have high availability for your VMs. For those who is leaving, please don't forget to make the evaluation. It's really important. See you, have a good party. So one for management, of course, you can have this one here together with your virtual machines if you want. Not my recommendation, but it's possible. You can use Team. I put here. Remember, Team, NIC Team is not supported by Microsoft, which doesn't mean that doesn't work. Also, is not supported by Microsoft, but Microsoft states that as the NIC team is managed by your vendor NIC will support it. Which means if you bought Broadcom or Intel or other NICs, they will provide you support. 100% sure this works. I have a lot of deployments with this. Easy to implement, works really smooth. Easy. MPIO, again, we need to connect 2 NICs to the SCSI. But, another tip here. Doesn't matter if I have 2 NICs connected to my SCSI, if both are connected to the same switch, right? So I need one to connect to one switch, another one to connect to the other switch. So if I have the same switch, why I need 2 NICs connected to the same switch? So again, design. One for failover cluster, one for live migration, and one for CSV. Just so remember, there's a lot of NICs, right? It's 8. Doesn't mean that I need to have 8 physical NICs. There are some vendors that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is, I don't remember the name. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I think, Broadcom. There is a vendor that have attacked, I QLogic. I don't remember, I think Intel also. Intel is always one of the, it's called AnyPar. And has anyone heard about this? AnyPar? So what AnyPar do is, instead of asking the OS or Windows to control the NIC, the QoS of the NIC, say, I want to give two, let's say about a 10 giga, okay? I want 2 giga to go to the MPIO, 2 giga to go to the file lover cluster, whatever, okay? Instead of you asking the Windows to do this, the hardware will do this for you. So the AnyPar is a technology that will enable you to do this. So if you are interested in buy a machine with, let's say, 2 NICs, think about this, okay? AnyPar will be able to do this. You just go to the BIOS of the NIC card and you say, okay, please, for the OS, present this, remember this is in the hardware level, please create 4 NICs for me. When you actually go to your server, you see 4 NICs instead of 1. It's cool, right? And there is only one connection to the switch, but it's a different connection. It's not a LAN cable. It's another cable, okay? But it's the way to buy a server with 2 physical NICs and having 8 NICs. So don't buy a normal NIC if you plan 2 NICs normal and plan Hyper-V, and you plan, okay, now I have 100% high availability. No, you're not going to have, sorry.
How did you spell that, sorry?
NPAR. Yeah, I finished. I didn't give away anything. I'm going to give you because you asked for this. See? And someone that will remember how to spell good afternoon in Portuguese. No one remember.
That
My
one
God.
over there?
See, I did nothing here. Sorry.
Andre, I had some other Portuguese prepared earlier, so I'll read it out.
You have what? Sorry?
I had some Portuguese prepared when you mentioned
Ah, good.
por favor, posso te livro.
That's you cheating. This is bad. I'll give you, but this is cheating. See, my English vocabulary is not that good, but I know that you're cheating. Come here, get this. Guys, I really hope that you enjoy this. Tomorrow, I'm going to answer. No, tomorrow, I'm going to talk about network. It will be, I know 1:30 on Friday is really bad, but please come. It's really new, good features with SCVMM. And if you can't come, if you have other session better than my iDob, but sorry the other presenters, but please go to the videos later on, have a look. Try to find about content about Concero. It's the, I don't say as a replacement of self-service portal. I saw some of my colleagues telling this. Alessandro, myself, I do not agree with this because again, it's a new product with a lot of new features. So just this ability to move my VM that is running my data center to Windows Azure, this is a new way to do things. I can have my data center burning. Okay, let's move this to the Windows Azure until I fix everything here. How cool is that? Sorry.
Okay, you can do the physical conversion, right? With all the version. I assume you did with the new version.
Absolutely nothing changed.
Okay, but can you do the conversion to physical back?
That's a good question. Can you answer this?
I think that you can try to create an image of a virtual machine and then deploy to a physical computer. But we don't have a built-in solution to do that, to convert a virtual machine to a physical computer. So you can deploy, you can create an image, and then you can deploy that image to a physical computer. So we have a method to do that, but it's not a built-in method.
They did that, the VMM bare metal deployment.
Yeah, this you have the bare metal deployment. You probably, this is exactly what I was going to say, thank you. You can, I never tried, but I think you can try the this on, we have the bare metal deployment. So bare metal, it means I'm going to deploy a new physical server. This physical server will deploy Hyper-V, but you want the VM.
Yeah, well,
So you can use the MDT.
MDT,
Probably
yeah, that's
to
right.
do this. You can probably use, you can try.
Whatever your virtual is,
Yeah.
what you would then do is convert that into what's ready.
It's because the functionality of the bare metal functionality of SCVMM is to deploy a new Hyper-V server. Understand? It's not to deploy a machine. Yeah. Yeah, probably if you change, because everything is PowerShell. So guys, I hope you enjoy. Please don't forget to fill out it's really important, serious. If not, I'll never come back here to teach you other words in Portuguese.